this young woman at the time, her name was Cassie Ventura. It was 2005. She was 19 years old, and she met and became the girlfriend and employee, she alleges, of Sean Diddy Combs of his mega record label. She was a singer herself, but she goes on to say that during this time that she was abused, she was a part of the cycle of violence, physical and sexual abuse. There was uncontrollable rage. Some of the specifics she says that she was raped in her own home when she tried to leave him, that she was often beaten, kicked, punched, stomped on, resulting in bruises and burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding. That he blew up a man's car at one point when he thought that that man was interested in her, that he introduced her to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol, substance abuse, and required her to produce illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. Now, there are always two sides to every story, and his attorney has released a statement to CNN, which reads, in part, Mr. Combs denies these offenses and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail, baseless and outrageous lies aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and simply seeking a payday.
Racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. That's what Diddy, real name Sean Combs, has been charged with after the rapper was arrested in New York City on Monday. We've been able to read through the sweeping 14-page indictment against Combs, which details an alleged sex trafficking empire that prosecutors say he used to sexually abuse women and traffic victims across state and international lines. Prosecutors say he allegedly organized freak-offs where he forced women to engage with commercial sex workers and filmed them. They claim it involved the use of narcotics that Combs possessed and distributed to keep the women obedient and compliant.
He entered a plea of not guilty, and his lawyers proposed a $50 million bond to secure his release and home detention. But after a nearly 2-hour-long hearing, the judge ordered that he be held without bail.
And then dragging her down the hallway. Leading us off this hour is our contributor, Mike Muse, also with us, our legal contributor, Brian Buckmeyer. So, Mike, I mean, the video is disgusting. There's just no other way to discuss it. Let's talk about the backstory and why this video is so important already to the ongoing allegations and cases against the rapper.
Upon looking at this video, Kira, I was absolutely disturbed. I was outraged. I still am disturbed. I still am outraged. I am disgusted at the actions of Sean Combs. No one should ever have to experience this. And then also, too, no one should have to relive this, having to see this video footage all over again. Cassie had filed paperwork and a lawsuit against Sean Combs, detailing the abusive nature of their relationship, detailing the toxic nature of their relationship, detailing the sexual assaults of their relationship. Sean Combs came out strongly and, in a statement to his attorney, vehemently denied all such allegations. But when you see this video, it just underscores anything that Sean Combs could ever say going forward with regards to this and other future lawsuits that he may have. Kira, the thing that really struck me the most was it gets to the heart of domestic abuse and domestic violence. And when victims of domestic violence feels like they have nowhere to go and nowhere to run, and they often will go back to their abuser, him chasing after her, not only just kicking her, but for me, Kira, it was the grabbing of the purse, as if holding her possessions, her ID, not allowing her to leave. And then in the lawsuit, there's something about that particular moment where the lawsuit where Cassie states she left to go back to her apartment, but then she tried to come back to the hotel to apologize to Sean Combs in fear that he would hunt her more, to which hotel staff had to stop her and say, no, go back home. That right there just shows what victims of domestic abuse go through, want to return to their abuser and fear it could get worse, but in this vicious cycle of not being able to get out. I've been texting a lot of people within the industry, which I'm a part of, and everyone is just simply disgusted that this is the man that we have partied with, we celebrated with, I've been in rooms with, I've been to parties in his home here in New York City and in Florida, and I am outraged that this is somebody that I knew, but I don't even know who this person is that could do such monstrous acts to a human being. My heart simply goes out to Cassie right now.
So well said, Mike. And yeah, as he continues to deny allegations, as we say, video doesn't lie. Brian, I want to bring you in here. Can we talk about just the impact that this video will have now on all of Sean Combs' legal troubles?
So Mike touched on it very eloquently, and I co-sign everything he said. But from a legal standpoint, what this does is, even though Cassie's lawsuit was settled within a day with Sean Combs, this increases her credibility. She outlined this, to Mike's point, in her lawsuit, describing this very interaction on March of 2016, and even gave some explanation as to why we're not seeing this video to this day. In Cassie's lawsuit, she specifically says that Sean Combs paid $50,000 to make sure that this video never saw the light of day. And while Sean Combs came out adamantly through his attorney saying this is untrue, this being not just this incident, but the entire allegations, now we're seeing, as you've said, Kira, videos don't lie. And so that destroys any amount of credibility that Sean Combs may have had in denying these allegations, and I think many other allegations that come from the other civil lawsuits coming against him. And I can bet that the Southern District of New York that coordinated both raids of both of his homes just a few weeks or months ago, that they're looking at this and saying, you know what, Cassie has now become that much more of a more credible witness. And while these allegations, because they're from 2016, might have passed the statute of limitations, she can still potentially testify to everything in her lawsuit and say, look, it's corroborated by this video. This is who this man is. I think this is just another potential piece to a potential, and I'm not saying it will or will not happen, but a potential arrest of Sean Combs and more allegations against him.
Yeah, speaking as a witness and speaking as a survivor, clearly. Also, Brian, I understand that Cassie's attorney released a statement now. What do you know?
Yeah, so we kind of saw it there on the screen just a few moments ago, but the attorney said the gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Ms. Ventura has shown in coming forward to bring this to light. That is Cassie Ventura's attorney talking about what I think we are all seeing now. This is, I mean, domestic violence is never pretty in any way, shape, or form, but seeing this on video and the way that he even comes back after the assault, after putting her on the ground, kicking her when she's on the ground, coming back and throwing objects at her. She is so helpless. And it seemed that even the hotel couldn't find a way to get this into the light to protect her. It seemed like Cassie, to Mike's point, had no one there to protect her, that she even felt the need to go back to her abuser. That is often a sign of prolonged abuse that no one should go through, yet alone the moments that we saw here in that hallway.
Agreed. Brian and Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate you both.